डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Namaskar students, welcome back. Welcome to the lecture series for the subject Mobile Operating System. I Dr. Himanshu Patel welcome you from the Chaitanya studio of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. In last lecture, we have discussed about the definition of generalized operating system. We also discussed the need of operating system, what are the objectives of operating system, what are the functions and views of operating system, and at the end of lecture we have discussed types of generalized operating system, and we discuss one operating system, that is multitasking operating system. In today's lecture, we will discuss about various kinds of operating system. So, let us begin with network operating system or NOS. Network operating system is a specialized operating system that has special function to connect and manage autonomous computers in the local area network. The main purpose of network operating system is to allow users to share resources across the computer network. They can share data files or network devices such as printer, DVD drive or other electronic devices. The most widely used network operating systems are Microsoft Windows Server, Microsoft NT, Novell Open Enterprise Server. All modern NOS have many functions additional to generalized operating system. First is managing the computer and peripheral devices attached in network. Another function is creating and managing the network user accounts and controlling access to network resources. Another function is providing efficient communication services in the network. It also monitors and troubleshoot of network. It provides network routing features and it also provides interface to users for remote access of data files and devices across network. The network operating system is deployed on network server to administrate network resources such as storage device, network prints, computer nodes and communication services. The network operating system has two types. The first type is peer-to-peer network operating system. The peer-to-peer network operating system allow user to share their resources and files located on their computer and also can access resources located on other network computer. In P2P NOS, all users have the same level of rights to access the resources. The data in point-to-point network operating system is stored on different computers within network. The point-to-point NOS basically used for small and medium local area network. We can see in figure the layout of peer-to-peer network OS. Another type of network operating system is client server network operating system. The client server network operating system allows network to store data at central location called server. The computer node in the network are called client and accesses these data through the network. Here server acts as a heart of the entire network system. Server manages users, network resources, access rights and security. To access the data, client need to connect with server. You can see client server network operating system in a figure given on the screen. Now, let us try to understand advantages of network operating system. Network operating system has a centralized server that is highly stable. Second, security issues are handled easily at the server, and third advantage is that due to network connectivity, remote access is also possible. Another advantage is that new technology and hardware can easily be upgraded and integrated to the network. It has less requirement of hardware as it is shareable. So, sharing is another advantage. Data can be stored at central location. It becomes easy to access it from the network. Now, we discuss some of the disadvantages of network operating system. Network operating system servers are costly, that is the first disadvantage. Another disadvantage is that network systems are highly dependent on the server. Users are mostly depend on server for their data. Maintenance and upgradation is required regularly, and it has less security compared to standalone computer system. Since it is use shared resources, it may be subject to security risk. So, these are the some of the disadvantage of network operating system. Another type of operating system is a distributed operating system. So, let us try to understand distributed operating system. Distributed operating system is a multiprocessor system to serve multiple application and users in distributed manner. Here, each node in network works as a complete computer system. Using these multiple node, data processing is done in distributed manner. It works on a wide area network or WAN. Resource sharing and fast processing is the main purpose of distributed operating system. It is not possible to take advantage of thousands of processors on single board, but the multiple processors are realized as a single powerful machine in a network system. This machine is called distributed system. Unix based IRIX operating system, Dynix AIX based on IBM RS6000 are some of the distributed operating system. You can see in the figure working layers of distributed operating system. By the distributed operating system, it makes possible to make partitioning a computation into some sub computations which are distributed and run concurrently on various nodes of network, resulting process execution becomes fast. All modern distributed operating system has a many function additionals to generalized operating system. First function is it provides mechanism to run regular program in distributed fashion, which is not possible in generalized operating system. Second, it provides easier mechanism to user for accessing network resources, and processes may execute on any network node. Distributed operating system needs to manage processes by efficient way as compared to generalized operating systems process management. So, it has some complex process management. Then multiple processes run on a different network node. Synchronization and inter-process communication methods are provided by the distributed operating system. Distributed operating system provide one interface to all resources in the network, the user feel as if work is done on a single operating system. Now, let us try to understand what are the advantages of distributed operating system. First of all, distributed operating system provides resources sharing in a way that user at one location can be use resources located on other location. The second disadvantage is distributed operating system provides a distributed computing for speedy execution of process. If one of the computer system in a network fails, still computing will be done with the use of remaining node in network. Another advantage of using distributed operating system is that fast, better and effective service can be provided to user. Then less load on the host computers and data exchange can be fast in network. Resource can be added and utilized easily in network. Now, what are the disadvantages of distributed operating? Is there any disadvantage? Yes. First of all, failure of network will stop entire communication. So, network should be up at all time. Second, distributed operating system is very expensive and security issue may arise due to resource sharing in a network. Another disadvantage is message or data packet can be lost in network that affects on distributed computing. High bandwidth is required obviously in network for large data transmission and to provide and maintain common interface for network resource is a big challenge. So, these are the disadvantages of distributed operating system. Now, let us try to understand third type of operating system, which is a real time operating system. As we have discussed earlier that all the generalized operating system works on time sharing. Time sharing systems have some drawback. If there is more load on the operating system, then response time is more and may increase if load increases. In some computation processes, this kind of delay cannot be allowed. Such delay can cause system failure or disaster. For example, any operating system which needs to control the temperature of nuclear reactor 24/7 and 365 days, if the OS fails to control the same for a minute, it may result in blast at nuclear plant. So, in 1980, new kind of operating system was developed that works on small response time. The time taken by the system to respond to an input and display of required updated information is termed as the response time. A real time operating system, in brief RTOS, is a system in which the time required to process and respond to input is so small that it controls the environment. Here, response time is too small as compared to other generalized operating system. So, RTOS responses immediately to user or application's request or within a fixed time frame is known as a real time processing. Real time operating system are used when there are very strict time requirement on the operation of a processor. Scientific applications, weapon control systems, nuclear control systems, air traffic control systems, image processing applications, voice or video calling applications and industrial control systems use real time operating system. Real time systems are of two types. The first type is hard real time system and another is soft real time system. In hard real time system, processes should be executed in given time quantum, processes cannot cross the time limit. Hard real time system gives guarantee that critical tasks are completed on time. All the weapon control systems are example of hard real time operating system. Another is called soft real time system. In soft real time system, processes may not be executed in a given time quantum. It may cross the time limit without harming the system. A critical real time task gets priority over other tasks and retains the priority until it is completed. A video or voice calling applications, image processing applications are the example of soft real time operating system. In figure, you can show view of real time operating system. Now, all real time operating system has a many function additional to generalized operating system. Now, we discuss one by one. First of all, RTOS works based on event driven switching. High priority tasks are allocated CPU services first as compared to lower priority tasks. Second, real time operating system needs to work on a fixed time sharing quantum manner and to manage the processor and other resources in a such a way that it meets the requirement of real time applications. Another function is to synchronize with the system events and to respond quickly to any request that needs to manage RAM in efficient manner. It has to provide exclusive access to the computer resources. Now, what are the advantages of real time operating system? Real time operating system is developed to handle critical applications, thus the performance of application is very high. So, this is the first advantage. Another advantage is that it uses its resources at maximum, thus more output from the resources are possible. Another advantage is that it has efficient fault tolerance technique. So, we can say it is error free operating system, and memory management is best compared to generalized operating system. RTOS or real time operating system can be best used for any applications which run 24 hours and 7 days, because it does less task shifting and gives maximum output. So, these are the some of the advantages of real time operating system. Now, we discuss disadvantages of real time operating system. Real time operating system handles limited tasks. Very few tasks can run at the same time. So, this is disadvantage. It uses very heavy system resource, thus it is expensive operating system. Another disadvantage is it runs algorithm complex and difficult. It is very difficult to write that algorithm for a designer, and it needs specific device driver and interrupt signals to respond earlier to the interrupts. We can say RTOS is low multitasking. RTOS run few tasks, so limited tasking is done few times. Next type of operating system is embedded operating system. Embedded operating system is the system which is made for specific task. An embedded system is a combination of computer hardware and software. It defined for specific functions within a system. Embedded system has an operating system, but it is not generalized operating system. Embedded operating system performs all the basic functions of OS like initialization, task management, memory management, process scheduling, etc., but with little or no user interface. Embedded OS has a limited task related to specific environment. ATM machine, high-end cars, mobile devices, digital television have embedded operating system. Embedded operating system has a three main components: hardware, software and real-time OS. Here real-time OS supervises applications, software and provides mechanism to handle the process. It sets the rule during the execution of application. Here we should note that small scale embedded systems may not have real time operating system. So, we can define an embedded system as a microcontroller based, software driven, reliable and real time control system. You can see a view of embedded operating system in a figure shown on a screen. Mobile operating system is a part of embedded operating system. Nowadays, various kinds of mobile operating systems are available in market, and Android, iOS and Windows Phone are the most popular mobile operating system. On the other hand, BlackBerry, Symbian, Bada, Palm, WebOS and MeeGo are also mobile operating systems. As the our study is restricted to mobile operating system, here we will learn embedded operating system in the concern with mobile operating system. All embedded systems has many functions in addition to generalized operating system. So, we discussed one by one. First of all, an embedded operating system works on small scale devices. Power management is primary function of embedded work. An embedded OS has a technique to manage tasks with limited memory. Another function of embedded OS is that it must work on a microcontroller or microprocessor. An embedded system is inbuilt with hardware and software, where the hardware is used for security and performance and software is used for more flexibility and features. Now, we try to understand advantages of embedded operating system. So, what are the advantages? First of all, embedded operating system is a combination of hardware and software. Thus, it is easy to customize. Another advantage is generally embedded OS is small in size, so can be loaded fast. Another advantage is it requires low cost to develop and it can work on low power. It can execute tasks with limited processing power and it works for the predefined task, thus performance is also good. Now, what are the disadvantages of embedded operating system? First, embedded OS cannot be powerful multitasking. Another disadvantage is troubleshooting is also difficult, and it is difficult to transfer data from one system to other. It is also difficult to update embedded operating system. Now, let us quickly review the main points of the lecture. We have discussed network operating system, which is used to manage network resources like computer, nodes, printer and other devices. We have discussed distributed operating system, which is used to serve multiple applications and users through multiprocessor. To handle the on time situation and given immediate response, we use real time operating system. So, we have discussed real time operating system, and lastly we have discussed embedded operating system, which is made to handle specific task. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you and happy learning.
स्वाध्यायः